Listen to the effect in bars 43. So again, Edexcel really pushing this idea of listening. So listen to this one, apply the effect, listen to what's happening here. Okay, so bar 43 of this bass. Pause it right there. You're doing now your bass. So let me just open up the bass right here. They want you to do bars 43, which is here. So listen to the effect on bar 43. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to highlight that. I'm going to loop it again. So I missold this one out. So there's obviously some distortion on there. Okay, cool. So now that I know what the effect is, and if I can just say this, that the effect is here. Don't really understand why Edexcel did that. If they have the effect here, they've already told you what it is there. Anyways, there's a distortion on that. They want you to recreate it for bars 20 to 42. So all I'm going to do is this, is on that track, I'm going to highlight bars 22 to 42, yeah. So highlight bars 20, which is, let's do this, bars 20, which is here, all the way up to 42. So that's quite a lot, isn't it? Which is right there. So again, highlight it, loop it. That's where exactly that this effect needs to take place. So I'm now going to recreate this effect. So they're talking about this dry here, and then a wet. That tells me that I need to really have two different tracks. So because they want this to be not affected at all, I'm going to highlight this, and I'm just going to duplicate it. Now, on this, I only really need, don't I, this area in there. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of all of this. Yep, I'm going to get rid of all of that because I don't need it. And the same thing goes over here. Get rid of it. This is all I need. So now that I've got that and it's been duplicated, the additional signal, which I've just duplicated, should be pitch shifted up by the octave and heavily distorted. Pause there. So pitch shifted up by the octave. Open up your editor within Ableton, make sure that your warp is on, and this pitch should go up by the octave, which is just 12. So now that you've got your 12 in there, this should now be pitch shifted up by the octave. And again, if you needed to select out both of these, and there we go. Both of these are going to be pitch shifted, heavily distorted. So all I'm going to do is this, is I'm going to go into my audio effects, and I'll just, for this, I'll just drag onto an amplifier. So here's my amplifier. It does say heavily. So when I saw this, I immediately thought, okay, let me turn on this amp and I'll just do heavy. Okay, a little bit too much, but I'll get back to that in a second. So balance this dry and the affected signal so that they equal in volume. So the next thing that you want to do is just take this volume and that volume and just make sure that they're roughly the same, but it's the same as far as what you're hearing. So again, the distortion is going to add a little bit more to it, so maybe just pull that one down a little bit, right? And if you needed to, you can always go back to bar 43 and listen to it, what that sounds like. So now that you've got the both of these dry and this wet, they now want you to pan this distorted part to match bar 43. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it's left. So just go into your duplicated file, make sure that the C, which is center, goes all the way to your left. And that is it. On the amp issue, I might go in there and just play around with a handful of things just to get my my idea about how the distortion sounds, because you don't want it to sound too off.